He wanted to start a YouTube channel, so he bought the camera, the microphone, studio lights, even a beautiful shelf full of books for the background. He had everything he needed to make a video, except the video. And somehow, the more prepared he became, the harder it felt to actually start. Because sometimes preparation isn't getting you ready to begin, it is the thing keeping you from beginning. And once I realized that, I started seeing the same trap everywhere. I asked myself a different question. What if the thing stopping you from creating is something smarter than you, something that shows up disguised as productivity, as preparation, as just one more thing before I start? Stephen Pressfield gives this force a name, a force he calls resistance, something that can wear different masks. And every person chasing a creative or meaningful goal runs into it. Writers, painters, entrepreneurs, people starting a diet, business, or a YouTube channel with a beautiful shelf behind them. The book's whole argument is this: resistance doesn't stop you by making you quit. It stops you by making you prepare forever. So what does resistance actually look like? It has a few favorite disguises, and one of its cleverest is productivity. Buying courses, organizing your desk, researching every single reference. It feels like movement, but sometimes it's just procrastination wearing a productivity costume. I've seen it in different forms. Years before I read this, I watched a friend of mine, a student who had every book, every DVD, resource, and private class her mom could buy, completely lose her motivation to study. She told her own mother, "Because you gave me everything, I lost the hunger to use any of it." At the time, I thought, well, that's odd. Until I saw it again and again in different people, I realized it might be a pattern. I started wondering whether abundance can sometimes remove the urgency that makes us act, while things we have to earn can create a stronger sense of ownership and meaning. Here's the piece I don't think the book fully names, but I believe fits right inside it. When you buy everything before you've done anything, you don't just delay the work, you raise the emotional cost of failing at it. Now, a bad first video isn't just a bad first video, it's a bad video made with $3,000 of gear. Or it's failing the exam after all the money your parents paid for. That gap between investment and output doesn't create motivation, it creates guilt. And guilt doesn't always push you forward. Sometimes it makes taking the first step feel even harder, because now taking action risks confirming your worst fear, that you wasted it all. And that's the trap. Preparation creates pressure, pressure makes action harder, and avoiding action gives you an excuse to prepare even more. It's a cycle. So my addition to Pressfield's idea is this: you don't always need motivation before taking action. Sometimes motivation is what action creates. Let new resource be rewards you unlock after action, not one way you lay down before it. Let the better guitar be a reward for 6 months of practice, not a prerequisite for playing your first song. Let the nice Kindle be a prize for reading a lot of books, not a prerequisite for book 1. Then every new tool becomes evidence for progress, not evidence of what you still haven't done. Definitely, I am not saying buying or getting prepared is bad, but when you invest heavily before you have established the habit of doing the work, the investment itself can be a form of avoidance or make the pressure even heavier. The book, and honestly life, keeps proving the same quiet truth. The work always starts before you feel ready, before the setup is perfect, before the fear disappears. Because waiting for the feeling to disappear can keep you waiting forever. It just gets a little quieter every time you act anyway. So don't wait until you have everything. Don't wait until you're ready. Don't wait for the shelf to look right. Open the laptop, hit record on your phone, write the ugly first paragraph. The gear isn't the beginning of the project. It's the reward for having already begun. So, what have you been preparing to start that you could actually just start today? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for your company, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.